Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to command grab loop your opponent to death, or more so I should say I'm going to show you how to force your opponent to accept the fact that they're going to be command grab loops the entire game. So basically command grab loop, pretty self-explanatory. It's where you command grab your opponent, dash to him, command grab him again, and you basically rinse and repeat this process until you delete your opponent's life bar. So it's pretty fun to do. However, upon wake up, there are quite a few things your opponent can do to actually shut this down. One being mashing. In some instances, your opponent can just mash out this altogether and just completely bypass your command grab back to mix up in this case. So what adjustment can you as the player make to force your opponent to wake up, respect, and actually deal with this or this? So let me just quickly make this guy bash. So he's going to mash and wake up vigorously. I mean, that's not familiar to me whatsoever. At this point, I'm making a guide on how to decapitate myself, basically. That's what's going on here. So, what the fuck? Oh well. So one problem with trying to loop your opponent, as I've said, is if your opponent is prone to mashing on wake up, such as myself, one thing that can happen if you try and start the loop is you can get downfalled straight out. And with this actually puts you in a bad spot. If he downfalls me, I'm having to deal with his offense, and mine has been completely shut down. So let's go through the ugly, and then let's get to the good stuff. So one thing you can do is actually grab your opponent out of the poke before they get up to poke. So they'll get up and then poke. That's basically what the wake up's going to look like. So he's going to get up, poke. So before he actually pokes, you can get him. I wouldn't recommend it though, because it's very likely that you're actually going to miss it. It's really hard to get the timing. Not to mention, what if this guy delays wake up? He's not going to downfall you in that instance. You're going to eat a down 2 crushing blow and die. So I wouldn't really dare doing that, to be honest. It can be done. That's why I thought I'd mention it, but please don't do it. I'm begging you, don't do it. So one thing you can do, if I just amp this, is just back to him. And that is going to stop him from getting this, from sneaking a down 4 off on me on wake up. However, there's another problem with this also. If he does, not necessarily with delaying wake up, I'll just quickly command grab so you can see. Whoop, fuck. There we go. My inputs is so bad. It's unbelievable. So if I do that, I can still get him, but that can be a little hazy, especially, I mean, because if you don't dash up with back 2 enough in this instance, and because you're having to dial in, you're committing to the string. If you're out of range, that can still happen on wake up. So it's pretty risky. Not to mention, because it's a dialing string, if your opponent has access to their defensive meter, what if they roll? This is where the looping actually gets quite tricky. So basically what you're going to have to learn to do is meaty properly. I'm going to make a whole nother video on this in of itself, because that meeting on this game is it's a heartache, to say the least. It can be, I'm not even going to say it can be done. It's like anti-airing. It's, at this point, it's kind of a myth, but basically if you don't know what a meaty is, it's basically where, let me turn, oops, shoot, sorry, I want to turn off. It's basically where you use a move to shut down your opponent's wake up option, like this, okay? So upon wake up, he's having to deal with that, and that's basically shutting down his poke. It prevents him from popping off, so we can use this to our advantage. So if I knock him down, nice and easy. If I forward 3 to him, I'm going to clip him. Not to mention, if I set delay wake up on. Now this is the key. The reason I'm using forward 3-2 to meaty is because the second hit comes out in 16 frames. Now this is key, because basically, if you have a string in which the second hit comes out in 16 frames or less, the second hit will be used to bypass your opponent's delayed wake up. So if I time this right and delays wake up, bang, the second hit is going to clip him all day long. You are going to have to practice the timing, and depending on which character you use, the string will be different. And I've got it wrong. bang. So in some instances what I'll do, depending on which move I use to knock down, I'll do a little dash, like with back 4. And if you force your opponent to eat that, like a couple times, they're going to stop pressing on wake up because you clearly have a tool in your arsenal which is preventing them from wake up buttons, basically. So that's one thing you have to do. And again, I did mention rolls earlier, and I basically ruled out back 2 solely based on the fact that if your opponent rolls, you can eat a full combo punish. So why would I recommend forward 3-2? Well, it's very simple. I don't have to dial that in. So basically, if my opponent rolls, if I say get up to forward roll, and I just do this, I'm not going to get punished. At worst, maybe I'll eat a poke, which is okay. If I commit to back 2, I'm screwed, which is the point I'm trying to make. If my opponent delays wake up, so if I knock down, depending on which string you knock down off, so let's say I do back 4, I can block this in time, even if he delays and starts smashing. So I don't really care. Okay, so depending on how you knock your opponent down, this may change. So if I do 4-3-2 slide, I'm gonna get hit because I'm recovering off the slide. However, if I just raw dog a command grab, for instance, I can block, which is the key point here, because I can use a string to shut down his wake up buttons. So basically what's going to happen here is, if I don't commit to the string and he still presses, he's still going to get hit. Okay, and if you're good at hit confirming, you can convert that, get your acid set up, get your damage going. Okay, if he delays it, let me set him to delay work quickly. Right, so if he delays it, I'm safe. Okay, so basically that's what you're going to want to do if you want to command grab loop your opponent, is try and cover as many wake up options as possible to counteract my opponent mashing on wake up. Sometimes what I'll do with Erron Black specifically, this is something I do, I don't know if anyone else does it, I'm not saying I've come up with this in any way, shape or form. If I knock down with my sweep, I'll actually meet you with 2-1, because again, if he delays and presses, I'm safe. Okay, and he can't mash. If he mashes on that, he's going to get destroyed. Okay, not to mention, if he doesn't delay, that's free, and I can get going. And if he rolls, and I'm not sure if he is going to roll or not, custom get up attack, and forward roll, and turn delay off. I'm not going to get punished for this, so I'm safe either way. Also, another thing can happen if he decides to mash. So I can reversal counter him with my command grab. I wouldn't really do that, to be honest, because what will happen is, if your opponent doesn't mash down 4 more than once, or if your opponent doesn't press after down 4, the command grab will actually whiff because there's so much space created upon block. So basically, you have to find a way to make him pay for pressing on wake, because if not, that's going to happen to you all day long. So that's basically what you have to do in order to prevent your opponent from mashing down 4s on wake up, because the down 4 is a good option just to create space. That's one of the main reasons, to be honest, I abuse this on wake up, because let's be honest, this fucking thing turns mids into highs for 1, and 2, it just gives me space. And if you've got a command grab, I don't want to deal with it. Not constantly anyway, so I'm going to try and mash just to create space. So in this instance, if you're playing against me and I'm mashing, you basically have to make me pay for mashing through meaties. So if we put all this together, because I know I've thrown a lot at you, I'm sorry about that, this is what this will look like. So if I command grab my opponent, eat the mid, okay, I do that a few times, he's going to back off pressing. This time he's going to delay wake up, and I'm going to use 4-3-2 again. Bang. The second hit's going to clip him. Okay? So, there's that. Command grab. Bop. I'm not going to eat too much. If I let the full string rip, I'll eat too much. That's where you have to do some work. That's where you have to make reads. But if you're not sure, just let that out. So let's say now, I just want to back 4 sweep, force my opponent to wake up into the command grab and make him deal with this and just constantly mix his shit up throughout the entire game off of that particular move. So if he starts pressing here, I can use 4-3-2 again, but in this instance I'm going to go more for 2-1, okay? Because if he presses, get fucking smoked, okay? He can't press. So there's that. If he does wake up, nope, don't mash on me, sir. And if he rolls again, set him to roll. Turn off the wake up because then it won't work. I'm not committing to the string. I'm completely safe either way. I'm going to have to block, but he can't do anything to punish me in that regard. If you do this to your opponent with succession a number of times, they will stop pressing on wake up, because frankly they will have no choice, because at that point, if they keep pressing on wake up with you having your meaty game down to a T, they'll be handing you a free W. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you want to loop your opponent, you're going to have to make them pay. So if you do that, we turn that off, and our opponent stops wake up poking, I should say. You can get your command grab loop going, because they're going to be scared to press, and if at any point they start pressing again, just make the adjustment, switch it up, go back to your meaties, okay? And then just make them pay for letting those pokes rip. Then when that happens, make them guess again. If we're just talking mashing on wake up, that is how to shut down your opponent mashing on wake up and basically enforcing your command grab upon them, which will then lead in many instances to the command grab loop. So I hope this video was helpful. This one was actually a recommendation from a friend, because again, I do this a lot, I'm sorry. But yeah, if any of you have any more video suggestions for me at any point in time, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll definitely have a look at those. So yeah, with all that being said, that is that. So have a good one, hope you all enjoyed, take care, I'll see you all later.